111 branch, Dublin Central. Have we a proposer? Vinton. Who? Vinton.
Chair, good evening, delegates. In proposing this Fintan Gibney Dublin Central, one thing that didn't happen today, not many planes flew into this country. This was due to a sulphurous element in the atmosphere. If planes had landed, the captains of those planes could say, the weather in Ireland is fine, the local time is GMT minus 300 years. Since the 1st of January this year, the Minister for Justice, Dermot Ahern, introduced legislation enabling prosecution for the crime of blasphemy. Historically, if we look back on this, and it may look like a bit of a luxury to talk about civil liberties when we're in the midst of a huge financial crisis such as we find ourselves in at the moment. But in 1996, the Sunday Independent ran a cartoon. It consisted of several priests holding a host and people, politicians allegedly, walking away saying, "Goodbye, fathers, hello, freedom, hello, progress." It was a takeoff of the anti-divorce campaign at that time, which ran the slogan, "Hello, divorce, goodbye, daddy." And a gentleman in Dublin took exception to this cartoon and took an action against the Sunday Independent for having this blasphemous cartoon. And this action went on to several levels in the court, including to the Supreme Court, who finally found that they couldn't really define what blasphemy was. And this eventually led to Mr. Ahern introducing the legislation that came into effect on the 1st of January. He could have, during the Lisbon II campaign, he could have removed the reference to blasphemy from the relevant section of the Constitution by having an amendment proposed, but he didn't do that. But now he proposes to hold one in September. Well and good, if he is still in office in September, we will welcome that. But if the Labour Party, either by September or at some future time, finds itself in government, I am proposing that we should, as part of our policy, propose the removal of any reference to blasphemy in the Constitution and the repeal of any legislation that refers to that particular act. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, delegates.